Police in Ontario have arrested a man for allegedly threatening a young player at a youth soccer match. 53-year-old Gianni Luciani has been charged with 1 count of uttering threats. The incident happened during a game in the city of Vaughan, north of Toronto, earlier this month. Several coaches allege that a parent hurled a death threat at a 12-year-old girl on an opposing team. In a recording, a threat can then be heard after a referee blows a whistle. The game was then shut down. The York Region Soccer Association, in which both teams play, is currently investigating. For a closer look at this incident, we've reached Tracy Vaillancourt. She's a professor and Canada Research Chair in Youth Mental Health and Violence Prevention at the University of Ottawa, and also a head coach with Ontario Soccer. Tracy joins us from Ottawa. So, Tracy, I mean, any parent watching this is probably just doing one of these. You know, these like teams and sports, they're supposed to teach young people how to play well with each other, how to cooperate. As a soccer coach yourself, what goes through your mind when you hear about incidents like these?
It's ridiculous. It has no place in the game. We really need to get a handle on this. It's unfortunate, like not something that I haven't seen in my life. Like I haven't seen an adult physically threaten a 12-year-old girl before, but I've certainly seen parents get out of hand, and you know, there's just no time for this.
And when it comes to this specific incident, how concerned are you about the events that took place?
I mean, obviously it's concerning. We don't want that to ever happen. I'm not all that concerned, though, and that might sound a bit weird, but I know that it's being taken seriously, that the Vaughan Soccer Association is going to be looking into it in earnest. The referee addressed it immediately, so did the coaches. It was recorded. There's good evidence of what happened. The fact that you and I are talking about it, the fact that the police are involved in it with this tells me that everybody knows this is inappropriate and they're going to do something about it. It's not going to be swept under the rug.
You know, Tracy, it used to be that term soccer mom, or I guess soccer parent, meant a person who drove a van and brought lots of snacks for an afternoon of activity with their kids. When you see something like this that is so highly charged, help us understand what contributes to this kind of incident.
There's so many factors. I am conducting a really large study across Canada looking at referee abuse, in the context of soccer. And I can tell you that it happens really often. 96% of our refs say they get abused. So you see it across all aspects of the game. Spectators not acting appropriately, spectators, attacking referees, coaches attacking referees, and now here we see a spectator attacking a young player. We need to get a grip on this. So what happens is, in a sense, it's a contagion effect. So people see other people behave inappropriately, and they think that's the norm. When you erode civil norms like this, then you see things like this get out of hand. So incivility breeds incivility, which in turn breeds aggression.
You know, Tracy, that's exactly what I was thinking, is that somebody has to set some boundaries. So what steps do you think should be taken to prevent something like this from happening in the future?
Well, the steps are already in place. Obviously, we need to tighten things up even a little bit more. We have a lot of policies in place to protect referees. I think we need to be thinking also about how spectators engage with athletes. They should never, ever be engaging with an athlete other than to say, good job, way to go. Encourage them. If they're saying anything other than those things, then they should just zip it. There probably needs to be a policy in place to deal with it. Sometimes it takes an incident like this for us to think about this in a different way. And I think there's going to be some good things coming out of this. I feel bad for the young person who is abused, but I work in this community, and I know that we're all committed to making it a safer place for athletes, for referees, for coaches, for everybody involved in the sport.
And you know this, that Ontario Soccer introduced a body camera pilot to help curb referee abuse. Do you think something like that would help even at this level?
It's interesting because I got to ask that question when we were doing the pre-interview. And one of the things I know is that almost all games are now recorded if it's on the competitive side of soccer, and this is the competitive side of it. So everybody puts up a camera and records the game. So it's kind of already happening. It's not on a referee per se. That's pretty expensive hardware and difficult to manage. So I think we kind of already have that in place. I don't think we need that per se. I do think that we need bystanders to stand up. I bet you this was escalating before it got to be this ugly. I bet you there were little grumblings and little comments made here and there. So I think if you're an adult and you see somebody in your group misbehaving, it behooves you to say something. The social sanction, the pressure of the peer pressure, even in adults works. So it's really important that we defend young people and we make sure nobody gets out of hand.
Yeah, you know, that's it. It's an important conversation to have, and at the center of it should be the health and well-being of these young people. Tracy, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you. Take care.